Oke. Halo semuanya, kita kembali lagi di episode baru untuk Skill Tree. Ini Skill Tree pertama di 2024 ya, jadi um, excited nih saya memoderatori Skill Tree pertama tahun ini. Dan untuk episode kali ini, kita akan membahas tentang GameDev Summit yang akan diadakan di Boracay, Filipina. Oke, dan nanti kita bakal kedatangan tamu mewakili GameDev Summit, yaitu Kak Kenzie dari Project Manajernya GameDev Summit. Nanti sesinya ini akan dalam bahasa Inggris. Tapi kalau misalnya teman-teman mau bertanya dalam bahasa Indonesia, tidak apa-apa. Nanti saya bantu translate. Jadi kalau mau tanya-tanya jangan malu-malu, pakai bahasa Inggris boleh, pakai bahasa Indonesia boleh. Dan mari kita langsung aja kita sambut Kak Kenzie-nya.
Hi, hello everyone.
Hi Kenzie, how are you?
I'm doing great, thank you. In the middle of all the busy preparation for the GameDev Summit, but first off, thank you so much for Aggie and of course you, Novita, for giving me some time to talk about this very exciting event.
Yeah, I'm very excited to talk about the GameDev Summit because I think it's the first time. It is the first GameDev Summit, and I saw the location, Boracay, very beautiful. Super excited to talk to you about it. Okay, before that, can you introduce yourself to our audience for today?
Sure. Hi, guys. I'm Kenzie. You might know me from my work with Virtual C. Right now, I'm speaking as one of the project managers working on the Game Dev Summit. Specifically, I do more work in the indie games track. So that's something I'll describe more later on. So it is the first Game Dev Summit. We really want to have a great event that's focused on business to business professionals only kind of setup to really boost the industry in terms of not just community but also making deals and making sure that game development is sustainable and a great place for everyone. Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so I guess let's just get into it. So
Sure.
I guess we're going to show the video for GameDev Summit.
Sure, yes. I just have a short presentation just to help me describe this event a bit more, and I'll share what I have. All right, so let's get started on this. There.
Yay!
Thank you.
Super pretty.
Yeah, that's one of our most treasured places in the Philippines, Boracay Island, and I'm so happy that Game Dev Summit will be taking place there. So that's just a preview of what it looks like. So the Game Dev Summit is in its first year, and it's like I mentioned, a business to business professionals only event that's focused on two different tracks. So I know that might be confusing, but I'll get more into that, why there's two different tracks for this kind of conference. But it really aims to bring together the local and regional game development industry. So there's studios, developers, and advocates who we want to connect, build meaningful relationships, and advance together in one of the most beautiful destinations in the world. So of course, I'm happy to be speaking to our neighbors over in Indonesia, with the beautiful environment as well. So you kind of understand it's such a good place to relax and of course talk the very exciting industry of games. So here are the two tracks. These describe the capacity and the programming in these venues. So first off is the external development track. Um, and the next one is the indie games track. So both of them will be held in one resort. Uh, so that they're in different venues, so you won't get lost about that. Both of them have 2 days worth of programs, talks, and networking. And there's a lot of opportunities to catch up, mingle with industry friends and new connections. So, who attend either track, or who are we having over? First off, in the external development track, these are the developers who are looking for new partners when they are making their latest and greatest games, service providers with excellent portfolios and special skill sets that can help make those games become a reality, and industry associations who want to raise the profile of their local industries and countries. For the indie games track, as it says in the title, it's really focused on the business of indie games. So, of course, we're inviting over indie developers and studios who are very focused on their original IP, having new entrants in the world of indie gaming, and of course, want to learn from our distinguished speakers about that game development journey. And next are the publishers and investors. So, of course, publishers who know this industry very well, know what it takes to push a game and a studio to success. And we're also inviting investors who might not know how exciting this indie games industry is. So that would be their first time to learn about the industry, meet developers, and see just what is out there for them to check out and invest in. And of course, there's the industry mentors and advocates. So these are the people who are just happy to see the indie games industry flourishing. They want to bring their own skills and connections to the event, maybe even mentor some of these indie studios that they see they can help through their own experience or expertise and resources. So I'll talk more about the external development track. So I think that Indonesia and Philippines are a bit similar in terms of the games industry. There's an outsourcing part of the industry and an indie games part. So this track focuses on that outsourcing part of the industry, especially on the providers of art animation, player support, software engineering, and QA. So we want to connect those experts in these specialties and these skills into building partnerships that make the biggest and most influential games that you and I are playing today. So more and more, we're seeing games become bigger and bigger. You need 100+ hours to finish them. The environments are beautiful. The characters are amazing, and of course, that's a lot of resources being put into these games, and that's why external development in all these different fields is becoming really, really important. And for the new games, the next generation of games that are coming, and it seems to be growing more and more, and we can expect more growth in that field. So this is the focus of the external development track. We want to make sure that those special partnerships that can become very strong, very long term, are on the table, and we want to create this environment where business deals are being made, and of course, with a nice backdrop of Boracay. And this year, we're featuring the XDS main stage. So XDS is an event that is happening in Vancouver, has this same goal. In fact, they pioneered it, and we invited over the panelists that they had, the experts that they have to speak on the other side of the world on these exciting new developments in this industry. So they come from different parts of different sides, from both the buyers, developers side, and the service providers and outsourcing side. So here are some of the faces and companies that are being represented in our speakers in the external development track, from AAA studios to the largest um, outsourcing studios and platforms. And they're all sharing their expertise in uh, how to catch up and how to really flourish in this industry. And like I mentioned, it's dedicated to its own resort. So this will happen in the Lynn Boracay. So it's a very nice resort, and it's a perfect venue for kicking back, relaxing, but also making these new connections. There's for both tracks, there's going to be a meet to match application where you can request meetings so that it's very seamless, very easy to make these kinds of professional meetings where you understand what each person needs. So it's less nerve wracking and very professional. And so that's it for the external development track. Next up is the indie games track. So for this one, we wanted to serve as a platform for possibilities for developers, mentors, investors, and publishers to discover and explore new opportunities in the exciting world of indie game development. So we wanted to invite all kinds of people, from seasoned professionals to people who are curious about this industry, to just learn from each other in these 2 days, to see where they fit. They could be people, most of them, of course, are people who love to play games and might not know that much about indie games and how exciting it is to be in this industry. So that's the goal of this track. On the indie developer side, given this kind of makeup of the audience, we're interested to see how we could equip more indie developers with business skills. So there's a lot of programs and talks about. There will be stuff about game development, in particular design and production, but we wanted to have some business forward skills, for example, handling publishers, influencers, budgeting, and so on. And like I mentioned, alongside the huge AAA industry, all the innovation and fun experiences are being built in the world of indies. We see the big platforms go all in on the indie games and studios, and they want to encourage this kind of economy and industry to put forward all of these new exciting experiences. It's a very valuable place for new genres, new ideas to grow and become even more significant portions of the gaming industry. We worked in collaboration with our Game Developers Association of the Philippines, of course, to really highlight what kinds of information, what kinds of learnings, what kinds of experiences are the best to talk about during this event, sort of forming the kind of program that we have put together in order to make this a very valuable and a very productive 2 days for the indie games track. So here are some of the indie speakers that we have from various companies. A lot of them have experience from AAA as well, and then trickle down to their indie games experience. We have notable publishers who have interest in finding new and exciting talent and content, and very experienced people in the industry who know it for many years and are still very excited about it. So that's definitely some education for those who are very curious about the space. And so this will be another track. So that is going to happen in another venue. This is the Sea Wind Resort in Boracay. So Actually, the two resorts, despite being two different venues for the whole Game Dev Summit, they're only about a 5-minute walk away, and the walk is on the beach. So it's not a bad experience at all. It's walking through the sands of Boracay to get to the different venues. And that's it. I think I was able to describe them a bit more, the goals of the each track a bit more. So I hope that piqued your interest. We're very happy to have Indonesian representation over at the XDev side and of course the indie game side. Such a strong industry from Indonesia, and we'd love to learn more. And of course, make sure that you have a productive time at the Game Dev Summit as well. Yes. So if you'd like some more information, you can follow the link to the Game Dev Summit website here, and of course, email for any more questions and even concerns about this event. So thank you.
Thank you, Kenzie. That was awesome. Oh, there you go. There's one comment already. Boracay looks so beautiful.
It is,
Indeed,
trust me.
Sarah. Yeah, like the video. Could we like put the video back again just to like for like our like new the new audience that just joined so they can see how beautiful the
Why not?
venue is. Mm-hmm.
Sure, it's just a quick video, so it's no
Mm-hmm. Not
problem
a
at
long
all.
video.
Sure thing. Yeah. These are all real images of Boracay, by the way. It's really that beautiful.
There you go.
There you go.
Awesome. That was so beautiful. The sea is so clean. Okay. Jadi teman-teman, itu tadi presentasi dari Kenzie tentang event yang akan diadakan di Boracay di Filipina. Nanti acaranya itu tanggal Februari 15 sampai Februari 16, 2024. Jadi sebulan lagi. Dan kalau mau ada yang mau ditanya-tanyakan, silahkan bertanya pakai diawali dengan tanya. Terus boleh pakai bahasa Indonesia, boleh pakai bahasa Inggris, bebas. Monggo, boleh tanya-tanya. Okay, Kenzie, while waiting for questions from our audience, I guess I want to ask, why Boracay? Why you choose Boracay as, or I mean, why the team choose Boracay as the location for this very first Game Dev Summit?
Sure, that's a great question, actually. So when we were researching on where to have it, Manila, we have some events, gaming events in Manila, and we kind of wanted to focus on something that's a much more relaxing, a bit more, a bit nicer rather than just traffic and buildings. You get what I mean? It's I think that it was chosen also because it's such a famous spot in the Philippines, and we do want to share that part of our country as well. It's I know that there's a lot of people who have heard of it, might not have had the opportunity to go. So we present it, and another one is that I think it's winter time in a lot of other countries who have big game development communities or industries. So to leave the snow behind and come over to the beach, it's not such a bad deal, right?
That's smart actually, because yeah, right now in Europe and in the US it's still winter, and you just like come to the sunny Southeast
Sunny.
Asia region and the
Yes,
beach,
exactly.
Philippines. That's so pretty. That's so
Yeah.
smart. Okay.
Yeah, and of
Oh,
course, yeah.
mhm.
Yes, go.
Go on. I'm sorry, Kenzie.
And of course, Southeast Asia itself is growing in terms of the game industry. Where I think of course, I'm talking from my virtual CA experience. We're seeing so much growth, and I'm so excited to see how we're really making a mark on the global games industry. And I think this Game Dev Summit is another effort to become more visible. Hey, we're doing something here in the Philippines as well, and check out the rest of Southeast Asia too while you're here. So raising that profile is something that's very important to us as well.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, because right now I think in Southeast Asia, obviously Indonesia have IGDX,
Yes,
and in Malaysia they have Level
level
Up
up.
KL, and
Yeah.
then Gamescom in Singapore. So having a new one in Philippines is awesome. Like, you know, if you cannot come at the end
Maybe.
of the year, maybe you can come at the beginning of the year in February.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We have one question from the audience from Chupi. So she asked, "Is there going to be live stream throughout the event?" Because yeah, there's like
Ah,
a lot of like speakers from both the outsourcing track and also the indie track. Is it going to be live streamed?
and for this first year, unfortunately, it's going to be a very physical only event at this time. I do know that we, of course, will be documenting the program on both tracks. And in terms of the release of those streams, we'll have to see on what format we'd want to release that on. But yes,
Ah,
but right now it's not live stream. It's a purely physical event at this time.
okay. Okay, that's maybe next time. But if you have if you have like the time and you have the opportunity to visit Philippines, might as well just go, visit it directly. Okay, so okay, Boracay, and then um, I saw in the indie track there's a lot of good speakers. I saw Clara Xia from Devolver, and also there's also going to be Johan from Raw Fury, I think. So lots
Yes.
of like we saw a lot of like good speakers, but um, what we need to do if we want to attend the event, like us from Indonesia, if the studio want to attend, what we need to do?
Yes, sure. Of course, very happy to have you over. The registration is GameDevSummit.co. The information should all be there. There's a registration for which track you want to go to, whether external development or indie, or even both. We do have an all access pass. And that also influences what companies you are able to see. So if you're at the XDev track, you'll be able to see all the XDev companies or the ones registered in XDev. If you're in the indie games track, you'll be able to connect with the indie games attendees. But if you're all access, you, of course, will have those opportunities on either side, and you might be running to both events if you have meetings in both. But like I mentioned, you're going to be walking on the beach to do that, so not a bad deal at all. Just pack your
Indeed.
sunscreen.
5 minutes like back and forth. Like I'll do that if I'll definitely do that if I'm able to attend. Okay,
Yeah.
so for the indie, there's going to be a session, like the session. I think like it's a little bit like in Level Up KL, right? Where there's like a lot of like, and also Gamescom, where there's like a lot of session. And
Mhm.
is it going? I think there's going to be like exhibition too for studio to able to showcase their game. And is that like included in the pass, or how does that go?
Sure. So I'll go a bit more in depth with the program. So there's sort of like three different parts running in the indie games track. First off is the main stage. So those are talks that are very curated for all different types of attendees to the event. Actually, for the first day, it's very focused on a high level look at the indie games industry, an update, learning about investment and investing in the games industry for the investors. There's also going to be information about how experienced indie developers uh, have made sustainable sustainable run in their industry. So that's for the main stage. We also have the workshops, which are closed door sessions for the indie games attendees, or the indie developer attendees rather. Of course, anyone in the indie games track can attend, but they're specially made for the indie developers. So in fact, one of the talks in the workshop that I'm very excited for is Sajo's community building. Community building,
Yay!
super important for our local and of course the other attendees in the indie developers. Other talks that we have are on game design, production. We have a pitch review session. We're also talking about dealing with publishers and dealing with influencers. Those different kinds of topics. We're just finalizing the final run of the program, and we'll be able to release the information about the specific programming and timing probably by next week, since it's 1 month ahead of the event. So you'll be able to catch that on our website if you're curious about what kinds of info are there. And lastly, it's the exhibitors space. So we do have some exhibitor booths for indie developers who are interested. So that's separate from the pass. There is some information about getting a booth in the website as well. And if you'd like more help, of course, there's contact at gamedevsummit.co. And yes, very excited to have you in Boracay, Sajo.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, so teman-teman, kalau misalnya eh jarang-jarang ketemu Kak Sajo, mungkin bisa ketemu Kak Sajonya di Filipina, di Boracay. Yeah, Kenzie is confused who is Sajo. Yes, Hanachi Sajo.
Energy,
So,
all right.
Hanachi
Known
Sajo.
as.
So yeah, for our audience, if you're looking for opportunity to talk with Sajo about community building, you cannot meet her here in Indonesia because she's super busy. You can meet her maybe in the Philippines and attend her talk. And talking from experience, talking with Sajo about community building, she's awesome. She will like teach you from the basic. She'll like awesome.
I only
Uh,
invite the number one.
we are like Sajo fans over here. Uh, okay, so like Kenzie said, if you're interested in attending the event as a regular attendee, I guess you can visit GameDevSummit.co, the website. Well, if you also want to exhibit, if you want to showcase your game, to like there's a lot of like good, like awesome guests from Devolver, Raw Fury, other publisher. Definitely visit the website to know how to attend as exhibitor. Okay, awesome. Okay, now for the XDev track, because just like you said, Kenzie, Indonesia and Philippines we're similar in sense that we have a lot of outsourcing company, and XDS is did have their event like I think last year at the end of the year in Canada.
Yes, September,
But
right?
maybe a lot of us over here cannot attend over there because it's the holiday and stuff, and they want to attend. Maybe this time, oh, there's an opportunity to attend, an outsourcing event in Philippines. How can they like register and stuff?
Sure. Yeah, I totally understand Canada is so far away from both of us.
Yes.
It's a long flight, and there's a lot
Mm-hmm.
that it takes to get there. Of course, um, I've seen that XDS is such an important event for um, external development companies to make new connections and just be really part of that community that highlights external development and making all these amazing, huge games that everyone loves and buys and enjoys for many, many hours on end. Um, it's to attend the event as well. I know it's in a different venue from the Indie Games Track, but the registration is similar. There's a different pass for that. From the Indie Games Track. But of course, if you want to go for both, there we have an all access pass. It's actually separated. The tickets are separated into if you're a service provider or if you're a buyer. That just
Ah,
helps us. Yeah, that just helps us make sure there's a nice balance, or at least we have understanding of how many buyers there are and how many vendors to make the matching a bit more helpful. Of course, everyone gets to meet a good amount of people that they are looking for, the skill sets that they are looking for, the the locations also sometimes they're looking for, and make sure that it's worthwhile for their time. Yeah. So same. If interested in the external development track, there's a register now button for at the website for either track or both. It's the same register now button, and it should be a straightforward registration and payment of um, passes, right? I guess I could also speak about traveling to the event,
yes,
just
yes,
to for those who are
definitely.
curious. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so Novita and I were actually talking about this a while ago. Unlike I'm very jealous of Bali because you have so many direct flights. It's so much fun to go. You don't really have to worry so much. In Boracay, you need to take a boat to to get there. There's a um, airport at a nearby island, and then you take another boat, a 15-minute boat ride to Boracay itself, and where the event will happen. So we'll actually be posting our travel guide for those interested. Of course, we're neighbors, so it won't be that hard to be able to get to our islands, Boracay itself. So we'll have that travel guide up if you're interested. And of course, if there's anything that you need help on, um, our contact uh, our contact email address is on the job, and we'll make sure to answer any queries that you might have, whether it's on the attendance or the travel and things like that.
Yeah. On that topic too. I don't know much about traveling to the Philippines, but I think like we have like the visa. I think we Indonesian passport will be able to enter Philippines without visa,
Wait,
right? I think.
that's right. That's right. ASEAN.
Yeah.
The ASEAN countries. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Convenient.
you, it's easy to travel to Philippines. So if you have the time and opportunity, definitely visit GameDev Summit in Boracay. You know, like late holiday, late vacation. Because last year you
Beginning
cannot go
year.
to vacation. Yeah, beginning of the year. This um on that topic too. How about the accommodation? So are the participant or the attendee will like stay in Boracay the entire 2 days, or how does that work?
Yes. So there's accommodations in Boracay. There's all kinds of accommodations available in Boracay, from luxury to hotels to hostels and to family-owned kinds of apartments. So there's really a wide variety of accommodations for each track, of course. Which is happening in a resort, you can get accommodations there. And if you're a registered attendee, you will be availing significant discounts for your stay there. Yes.
Nice.
Our partner
Okay.
hotels are happy
Okay.
to provide that discount if you're attending the event. Yeah.
Awesome. So accommodation easy. Um, Transportation, plane to. I guess we go to Manila first, right? From
That's right.
Indonesia,
That's right.
and then from Manila to Boracay. Is that where the boat is? You
So it
travel through boat from Manila?
so first it's Manila to the island closest to Boracay is called Caticlan. So there'll be about an hour of flight. Manila to
Mm.
Caticlan. Caticlan to
Mm.
Boracay is a 15-minute boat ride. Or it
Okay.
depends on how fast the boat is because there's some that
Mm.
are faster than others. But yeah, it's about
Also,
20 to 30
it's
minutes.
like those kind of like very local like boat.
Some, yes, you can
Yeah,
choose.
like
There's speedboats, ferries.
okay, okay,
If you like
okay.
to spend your time in the water, maybe something a bit slower. Enjoy the sights. But if you want to get there
Mhm.
fast, get there fast. You can also. Uh, there's so many people, or it's a very popular tourist attraction, Boracay. So every 15 minutes, every 30 minutes, there's a boat that's going in that direction to take you to and fro the airport. So it's very easy. It's very easy
Okay.
to get where you need to go. I know
Mm.
it's intimidating for maybe first timers, or but if you're a backpacker and you like those kinds of adventures, it will be easy.
And also like the Game Dev Summit team will also like guide, like you'll be like standby in like in the area, so no worries. It'll be
Yeah,
like an adventure. Like if you
you'll
never
find
ride, yeah, if
it.
you never ride a boat, this is like the first time for to go to Game Dev
Yeah,
Summit. Like when else you can do this? Like first time
yeah,
experience.
yeah, yeah. It's definitely an
Um,
exciting experience.
mhm. Sayo actually say that I will have to row the boat. Time to go to the gym.
You're rowing the boat.
Okay. Okay. Um. Okay. So far, there's no question yet. Okay. So I guess I want to ask like, wh- if media want to attend.
Sure.
Um. Yeah, because it's really exciting. Because obviously the Philippine game dev community will be there, and um, like you said earlier when we talked a little bit earlier that virtual SEA just released a report, and the Philippine game dev community industry has been like growing. So like maybe a lot of like media from over here from Indonesia
Mhm,
want to attend, and
mhm.
uh, how they can
Yes.
attend and what to expect there.
Sure. So we do have media passes. We have open media passes as well. You can message contact at GameDev Summit for that information. And we'll be happy to look at the media. Of course, we are doing our first GameDev Summit. We'd love to have even more information about our event out there. So we're happy to look at the portfolio, the audience of the media outlet, and then provide a media pass that will give access to both the external development track and the indie games track when applicable. So yes, for any questions, yeah, please contact contact at gamedevsummit.co. Yeah.
Okay, so like the website is where you need to go if you want more update, and also like all the information, go to the website, and then also you can email contact at gamedevsummit.co. Okay. Oh, Sergio actually have a question. Will there be
Mhm.
another Game Dev Summit next year?
Yes, currently we're already booked for another Game Dev Summit event next year. So yes, the answer to that is yes. So we're already planning
Yay! That's awesome. We need to make this kind of like Southeast Asia game event. So like
yeah, calendars.
October, yeah, September Level Up PL, and then October IGDX, and then like October or November Gamescom, and then February GameDev Summit, and then maybe like other country in the region will
Yeah.
also have their own. I mean, it's not have to be like big and in the
Mhm.
resort, maybe like a small one, but like where we
Mhm.
can see the
Yeah.
like maybe the
That'd be
Vietnam
so cool.
industry. Yeah,
Mhm.
like that's the dream. Oh,
Yeah.
another
That's a
question from Andre. Is there an estimation about the percentages of local versus international attendees? Quite curious about the local industry and how GDS will empower it.
Sure. Right now, our attendees from for either track, they're still rolling in, so I can't give even an estimation might be tough for me. But right now, since it's the first time event, there's definitely a lot of representation from the Philippine side, especially as we're learning about how best to support either side of the industry. That's definitely one of our goals, of course, aside definitely for the Philippine um, local industry. For example, for the indie games track, we want to make sure that we are having some good representation, diverse representation for our indie developers. So we do sponsor some of them to come to the event so that they'll be able to have the chance to speak to these very good and experienced workshop speakers, main stage speakers, be able to have the opportunity to catch them on Meet to Match. And we wanted to make sure it was very diverse. We chose from our local industry, at least we chose different genres of games, different backgrounds of the developers, whether they are um, a registered indie company or a hobbyist. It's a wide range that we provided in order to empower the industry, and we hope that this could carry on with the support of our partners, the government, and trade organizations to support this local industry even more.
Awesome. Yeah, so
Yes.
continue. Okay. So, um, this is not like I mean this is the first ever Game Dev Summit, but this is not the first time Philippines have an event for the game developer. Like you said
Mhm.
earlier, Kenzie, when we talked a little bit earlier, um, there's event usually is in Manila,
That's
and what's going to be different between like what's usually in Manila and this time in Boracay with Game Dev
yeah.
Summit?
Yeah, that's a super great question, Novita. I think there are a couple of very well-known gaming events in the Philippines, in Manila, and they're very focused on esports and mobile gaming. Yes, they're huge events, very exciting. I like going to them too. Um, but in terms of the presence of game development professionals, we have one. It's called PGDX. It's also being held in Manila, but it also has a B2C component to it. So many of these events that happen in Manila have a B2C component to it, which is very good, important, exciting. But what sets GDS apart is that it's purely B2B and for professionals. This makes it a very focused event. You can focus on your goals for your indie game studio, your games development business. It's really focused on making connections and gaining knowledge from all these main stage talks and workshops. So of course, there's uh, there's there's lots of importance on B2C events, but it's important to have these B2B events as well. So this is an opportunity to really have that focused style of event for business.
Oh, that's really really nice. Yeah, because even in Indonesia, yeah, we only have like IGDX when we do like B2B event, and it's really important too for a game developer whether you will like land those pitch or not. Like it's a really good experience just to like do meet to match and like get to know um the like publishers, investors, and also just like talk to them, see
Mhm.
what
Yeah.
you definitely a very good learning experience then for both the Philippine game dev community and also for the region as well. That's really really
Yes.
nice. And
Yeah.
also like
Thank you.
it's in a great like location. After you do meeting,
Yes, of course.
you can go to the beach and be like, see the ocean.
Yeah. So we hope that it's a productive and fun experience for everyone who will be able to come. And of course, while there, we're very happy to learn how to make it even more amazing and productive and worthwhile for indie developers, and of course the external development industry to come. We're very excited to see all of that connections happening and meeting together. Of course, we everyone who will come has a goal, but we also would hope that they will be surprised how much fun they will experience.
Go to Philippine friends, visit and GameDev Summit. Okay, so uh, now I want to ask for students because obviously
Mm,
nowadays there's a lot of like you said
that's
there
true.
will be hobbies too, but like usually they're like students that wants to like
Mhm.
jump into the game industry. And is there any opportunity for them to be able to attend both like students from the Philippines and
Ah,
also from like the region because there's a lot of students that really excited to jump
yeah.
into the game industry.
I agree, and it's a great question. Currently, since it's our current programming or our current creation of the program was very focused on business to business. We first considered those indie developers who have been doing this for many years. Just to see, of course, if you're going to face publishers or you want to learn more about community development and learning about budgeting, you're definitely on the more serious side, and we'd like that more opportunities for those who are very serious about their business or thinking of turning their long time game development hobby into business. Of course, perhaps in the future, of course, we definitely do want to invite students over, or at least the academies who are interested in bringing this knowledge over. We're taking that step by step, and hopefully we'll have some things that are catered more to students or universities in the future. But yes, this time around we're very focused on those who are interested, or long-time developers, or who are interested in really nailing that pitch, nailing those business deals, and just generally surround themselves with what it takes to make a great indie, not just a great indie game, but also an indie game business.
Okay, so hopefully the next time Game Dev
Yeah.
Summit happen, there'll be like opportunity for students to attend and learn more about game industry and even like met a lot of awesome professionals and ask about like what they need
Yeah.
to have to jump into the industry. It's awesome. Okay, is there any question from the audience? Let's see. Guess not yet. Okay, so I guess I want to go back to Boracay again and
Sure.
um because Boracay like from the video like Boracay looks so beautiful. Like well what can we expect in Boracay? Like how's the weather? Um
Mm,
do we need to like is it like a really big island like Bali is obviously a really big island that
mm.
you have to like travel everywhere with uh online taxi and
Sure.
stuff. But how about Boracay? What can the
Yes.
attendee expect there?
So Boracay is quite small. There's uh, one coast that is probably more filled with tourists. In February, the weather is actually I would say, at its best. We don't expect any. rain. It's all clear sky and nice gentle waves, or maybe some windiness. But in terms of weather, that should be at its best. Right now, I would say that it's yeah, like I mentioned, it's definitely a bit smaller. And at that time, there's actually a lot of some tourists that like to stay over there, especially foreigners who enjoy Boracay in the summer. Sorry, in February. What else? What else is Boracay famous for? It's the white sand beaches, water activities. So I saw someone talking about banana boat. Yes, you will fall off of it. It's not a boat you take to get to a destination. It's if you want to fall off. Yeah, there's parasailing, other sailing activities, and Boracay itself. There's quite a number of nice restaurants and snacks over there, all over the coast. So if you're a foodie, you like checking out food, cafes, bars along the shore, I think you'll be happy with what you see in Boracay. You're going to
Nice.
go not going to go hungry. The food is great. Oh
So I
my,
do
and
actually ask like what Filipino food you can recommend
oh
to
my
try.
gosh. Wow. Wow, that's a tough question. Oh no. I have to get back to you. There's so many things on my mind. I'm like thinking dinner, lunch, snack, drinks. Yeah, I'll definitely get back to you. I'm not comfortable answering that question that's recorded. So because I might be like, oh no, I said the wrong thing. Yeah, I'll get back to you. The food
I
is the
guess you
serious business.
you can mention Kenzie on Twitter or like ask her later like
Yeah.
what should I try in Philippine
Yeah.
later if I
Yeah.
attend GDS?
Maybe I'll put together a food guide to be food guide for GDS. Yeah.
um okay, also I guess going back to the GDS, like can you mention like some of the like um company that will attend that maybe that will like attract our audience to go to the
Sure.
event?
Actually, I'll share the presentation again,
Mm-hmm.
because I think that's the best way to
Yeah,
share with you who's with us. Share. So
obviously
for
Sajo is going to be attending.
yes, yes. So for the external development track, so in terms of the buyer side, we have EA Dice, Respawn, Riot Games, and Xbox in terms of their external partnerships. And of course, on the service provider side, we have Keywords, Randoville, Little Red Zombies, and Virtuous. This is just a snapshot of the of some of the speakers. The complete list will be on our website as well when we do that update about the program and the kinds of talks that we'll be having and who will be holding those talks. So this is for external development. And here are some of the indie game speakers. It's kind of full right now. The next edition will definitely have Sajo in it. So we have we have from EA, XDI, Execution Labs, Game Whispering, Boom Zap, Nordicity. We even have from our own local incubator, MEE Games. And of course, on the publishing side, we have Raw Fury, Devolver Digital, and Team 17. So these are just some of the speakers. Again, they will be updated on the website and with the specific program and timing as well. So I hope that is a good pull for GDS. You'll get to meet these people face to face, listen to their experiences, and make even more connections. Our goal is really to make a platform of possibilities. You never know where these connections will take you, and really put more of Southeast Asia or Asia on the map in terms of game development, making games ourselves. So
Awesome. Yeah, there's a lot of like big name there, both in the XDev track. If you're like an outsourcing company and you wanna talk with like this big company, definitely you can like meet them through the meet to match, and also there be like a lot of opportunity, I guess, to like mingle in
mhm.
the event. And also, if you want to like pitch your game to
Mhm.
developer, I think like yeah, developer and Team 17 and Raw Fury will accept pitch, right, during the in the
They'll
indie
be
track.
they'll have their own speaking slots. Of course, beat to match. You can request to meet them definitely to at those events. Uh,
Awesome.
so they'll be available there. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, so you can both learn from those big publisher and also pitch your game to them through meet to match. So
Get the
this
chance.
is like, yeah, very big chance because like not every day you can meet like big publisher, indie publisher like Devolver, Team 17, and um Raw Fury face to face. So definitely, if you're interested in that, check out the website. Um, because like all the info will be updated in the website.
Definitely.
Mhm. Okay, I guess we have 5 more minutes. I'll be waiting for more questions, but I guess I'll try to summarize it in Indonesian for our
Sure.
audience who's like um want to like know the summary in Indonesian. Jadi teman-teman, Game Dev Summit ini nanti akan diadakan di Boracay, Filipina tanggal 15 sampai 16 Februari. Yeah, it's 15 to 16 February, right? Like 2
That's right.
days. Okay.
Thursday and Friday. Yes.
15 sampai 16 Februari, hari Kamis dan hari Jumat. Nanti ada dua, jadi nanti eventnya itu ada dua, untuk XDev itu untuk outsource dan indie dev track itu untuk indie developer. Um, Kalian bisa beli pas dua-duanya, bisa cek langsung di websitenya, atau bisa beli salah satu aja tergantung kebutuhan kalian. Nanti untuk di outsource ada banyak banget company-company yang bakal datang, ada EA Dice, Keywords, dan selain itu kalian juga bisa eh, ngobrol-ngobrol sama mereka. Nanti mereka juga ada sesi di stage-nya. Dan untuk di indie dev track-nya juga nanti ada sesi dari speaker-speaker keren. Ada yang dari Raw Fury, dari Devolver, dari Team 17. Dan nanti juga ada workshop, dan salah satu pengisi workshopnya adalah yang sudah kita kenal semua, Kak Sajo, untuk workshop community building. Dan ada workshop-workshop lainnya nanti. Infonya nanti bakal diupdate setelah semua programnya sudah lengkap, bisa dicek di websitenya GameDev Summit, yaitu gamedevsummit.co. Okay, I think that summarizes it. And thank you so much, Kenzie, for the information about GameDev Summit. Really excited. It sounds like such an amazing event to start off the year. And it's the first time. Good luck to you and the entire GameDev Summit team. And hopefully, if there's a lot of friends who wants to attend from Indonesia to Philippines, they be able to meet you and all the other guests, and also enjoy the amazing Boracay. I hope I can attend. I'll see my schedule if I can attend. But yeah, I guess if you have any closing statement, Kenzie.
Sure. Yeah, again, thanks everyone for listening in, hearing me talk about Game Dev Summit. We really want it to be an amazing B2B and professional experience. We really believe in the game development industry in the Philippines, but also regionally in Southeast Asia. And so this is another show of strength. And reaching out. We want to reach out to more Southeast Asian game development community and make it a stronger region that is grabbing attention from all over the world. So thank you again, and we hope to see you in Boracay in February.
Thank you, Kenzie, and thank you for your time explaining about Game Dev Summit. Jadi begitu teman-teman untuk sesi kali ini. Semoga kalian memiliki informasi lebih tentang acara Game Dev Summit ini. Dan kalau kalian tertarik untuk menghadiri, entah itu kalian mau mempromosikan game kalian dari studio kalian atau mau pitching ke beberapa publisher, atau juga ternyata kalian outsource company yang mau cari klien-klien baru, bisa menghadiri GameDev Summit, silahkan kunjungi websitenya gamedevsummit.co, atau bisa juga kontak emailnya di contact@gamedevsummit.co. Nanti bakal saya bantu tulisin di komennya di gamedevsummit.co atau email ke contact@gamedevsummit.co. Terima kasih teman-teman atas perhatiannya, dan sampai jumpa lagi di sesi skill tree berikutnya. Thank you, Kenzie, and
Thank you.
bye-bye.